Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, August 11th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and the NQ. So let's just preface, we're going to go over all the indices, charts, and everything. Let's preface what I think is going to happen going forward as far as volume-wise and this and that. We're into the dog days of summer here with August. I think you're going to see pretty much a lot of what you just saw this week, which was some pretty weird price action or wild price action where the market has no continuity, where they go up and then they just give it all back, and then 2 hours later they're back up where they were. So I wouldn't be surprised if our ranges contract. However, you're going to do a lot of back and forth inside of those ranges, which should still give good opportunities. I mean, today our range is $3.35 only, but you had a lot of rotational trading in here if that's your game. So you still had your opportunities. Now, ES did not take out their IB high or low. They have a poor high. SPY took out their IB high by 3 cents, but those stats I read out are only based on ES. So this is only the second time this year out of 153 trading days that we do not take out the IB high or low. This was another failure on a gap down, 8 out of 31 this year, so only 25.8 have held. And then, believe it or not, after gapping lower, we attempted to go trend up, which failed, so only 29 out of 89 trend days up have held, so 32.6. Light volume, only in the 60s right now. Small range for the week, like a little bit over $8. We closed down on the week, but not much. But again, we were down pretty big last week. It seems sellers had a lot of trouble each time we kept getting down to this level. Now, the ES's 50-day moving average is right around 68. So I have a feeling that was something that was definitely holding the market up here for a while. Incredibly, SPY got into that gap again, but never filled it. They still hold 38 cents worth on that gap. Righty ends 12 wide with an afternoon pullback in I. NQ ends 11 wide with an afternoon rally high in K. We end 11 wide, and I'm going to use I as an afternoon pullback. We took it as we held it. When B period opened, we shot up really strong, and a lot of times I use that lowest accepted price term. But generally, that means going trend and holding trend. Well, we had a nice set of single prints that got filled. But which is more amazing is we still never took out B's low, and they held the opening all day, the buyers, but they got nothing for it. So I'm not going to use B's low, but I am using I's low, which was an afternoon pullback. Had a good day, an excellent week. Did only one trade this whole afternoon. Those little rotations aren't my thing, although it wasn't a bad rotation. We were talking about it. That's what we talk about in the room when we're slow, how these rotations, how you can take advantage of them if you'd like, and not get bigger because the more it works, the bigger people get until they get run out of the game, like when they pop J's high and stuff and K high. But there is very profitable trades in here if you're not buying in the middle of them. If you're buying towards the end, you're out. If you're shorting towards the highs, you're out. So and that's the things we talk about when the market's slow. I didn't do anything in A period. I actually went long in NQ in B period to pop the top. Then in B period, I went back to ES and was buying the ebb and flow longs as they pulled in to take some longs to go back up. Same thing in C period. D period, I took a short to fill the single prints in ES, which worked. And then that was it in ES. NQ, I took a short to go get the IB low in E period, which was a very nice trade for me. And again, I took a short in G period against the 144. Another thing to keep in mind, we talk about context and nuances. We got very, very close to the overnight high, but we had already gotten the overnight low. Like I said, we only get both of those 21% of the time. So that's not something to ignore, and we never got it. So all little things like that is what adds up to big things in CamelbackTrading.org's trading room. As far as destinations in SPY, we have today's high of 446.70, and you should have the other ones to the upside. For the downside, we're 11 wide. XC's low, 445.18. The afternoon pullback, 444.44. And then today's low, which is a weekly low, of 443.35, and then filling that gap at 442.97 from July 12th. In ES, we have 77.75 as our 11 wide, 70.25 is the pullback, and 59 as our weekly low. And they just missed getting to 56, which was a 10 wide pop from July 11th. For the upside, we have today's high of 93, which is also a poor high. So we spent the entire day either below or in the lower distribution. Remember, even though it was only one little tick and 2 little cents in SPY, we never even got close to touching it. So all little things to keep in mind. Now let's go to the chart and break down our 3 indices. So Russell continues to be in a perpetual balance on the monthly. That will not change unless we get above 201.99 with some acceptance, or to take out basically this triple bottom from 2022. So they're in balance on the monthly. The weekly is down, and the daily is also down. So, things have changed here. The market was trying to go high, and now they've changed, right? Monthly balance for Russell, weekly down, daily down. Triple Qs and NQ. Now, NQ took out last month's low, so they stopped the one-time framing up and came into balance on the monthly. Triple Qs has not done that. They missed taking out last month's low by $1.50. So right now, Triple Qs, you can call it up, but NQ is definitely balanced since they took out last month's low. Inside month so far for NQ. I'm sorry, not for NQ, for Triple Qs. The weekly is down, okay? And the daily is also down, and they're below the 20 and 50. So after the NASDAQ had a huge run, again, you can't be surprised, right? They had a huge run. They've come into balance on the monthly. They've rolled over to down on the weekly and down on the daily. But look at the run they had, right? We came out of balance, bull, balance, bull, balance, bull, balance, bull, balance, and now bear. Does that mean it's all over for the year for the NASDAQ? Of course not. At some point, you want to get a pullback. Maybe you get a pullback to around this level. Late June's low of 357, or even this level of 355, right? And put in, right, go down to around that level, and then balance, and then come out of that back to the upside and maybe have a stronger batch of buyers. So for everybody who kept shorting these moves on the way up, looking for the top and only getting crushed, that's why you wait for balance, and then you can jump on it either in balance and use balance high as you're out, or take it when it comes out of balance to the downside. So the monthly is balanced, the weekly is down, the daily is down. And then for ES and SPY, we're still up on the monthly. It's an inside month, but we're still up. We haven't changed that. We also never got to March's high of 2022, which NQ and Q's blew by. So our monthly is still up, our weekly is firmly down for now, and our daily is also down. We're still stuck between the 20 and the 50. Hope you had a good week trading. Rest up, enjoy your weekend. Thanks for the likes and subscribing to this YouTube channel. Come check us out at CamelbackTrading.org, and we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.